Love one.
Oh, well, that was a lucky point there to start things off for Xiang Peng.
One all.
Beautiful reverse pendulum serve there out to that deep backhand side. This is a little bit of anticipation. He sees Xiang Peng, or we could anyway, see him moving in for the banana flick to move in with the backhand receive.
Feel one.
I love both of these players, and they're quite different in many ways. Xiang Peng is incredibly hardworking and incredibly humble.
1-3.
He's made a very good start here. The number 6 seed.
Yeah, there's some serious pressure on him when we think about the players here wearing the Chinese flag. This is his chance to shine. Not an easy first round draw.
We've had a lot of interesting first round draws. Of course, that all-German clash earlier between Dang Cho and Benedikt Duda was one of them.
This shot right here is crazy. In real time watching that, my jaw was completely dropped because it looked like Franz had won it. It came back with interest. But yeah, you were saying about the opening rounds?
I'm just saying there's been a lot of very interesting opening round fixtures.
Yeah, the internet agrees. A lot of teammates facing off against each other, continental buddies and Kunuk and Ugo. I mean, 3 French players in the same group of 4. It's pretty tight.
4-3.
I mean, if you look at the head-to-head between this pair, they've got 1 win apiece, both at champions level. This is going to be one that potentially has got 5 games written all over it.
Yeah, I think this is, of the many headliners, so to speak, the many juicy matches in the lineup today, this is definitely one of them.
3-5.
We've lost 1 seed already on the men's singles side of the draw. That was Benedikt Duda a little earlier on, the number 5 seed. Otherwise, all of them still intact at this stage.
Three, 6.
Xiang Peng does practice a little bit of English. Sorry is a common one out here, but if you ever meet the guy, it's not focus time. He'll be happy to use some English with you.
Seven, 3.
Now, last time Patrick Franziska served deep to the backhand with the reverse pendulum, it was to shut down this. A player who's so forehand dominant as the 6th seed, Xiang Peng, will still opt to use the backhand for that extra racket speed and wrist action on receive.
8-3.
That was a difficult receive for Franziska, just couldn't execute it. Why is that serve so difficult to receive?
Because of the 3rd ball waiting on the other side for Xiang Peng. I think that's a big part of it. He starts to move, he serves a pendulum serve on the short forehand to middle side of the table here, at least on the point before, inviting Patrick Franziska to try playing short side, going out, keeping the spin on and trying to add his own as opposed to using the spin to reverse it.
5-8.
Franziska with a decent serve of his own to close the gap slightly. Oh, that was ambitious for Xiang Peng, playing it from underneath the table, and a well-worked point for Franziska.
Yeah, he spun it relatively safely in a sense, went for heavy spin. I was quite impressed with Franz's shot there. So was Lars Hilshire there, a player who beat Timo in his day and is still playing quite a high level in Germany.
9-6.
Listen to the reaction there from Xiang Peng, stretching across the table to play that shot.
I know I used the word humble earlier. That doesn't mean he doesn't roar when he wins a point. He takes a lot of responsibility out here and he wants it badly. But if you talk to him, he's just super easygoing, super chill.
Was sublime from Xiang Peng to bring up 4 game points. But you do find, Adam, don't you, that some players have almost got an alter ego when they're out there at the table.
For sure. Like being on stage for an actor, a performer. they just come to life. The invisible glasses are on, and it's just a whole new person in the fight. 4 game points for Xiang Peng.
7-10.
He's got so much spring in his step. The replay from the point before, as soon as he won it, he hopped out of frame. He's got some of the most impressive legs on the Chinese national team. The muscles just above the kneecaps get him in position quite quickly, and a lot of power.
Oh, brilliantly done from Franziska. 2 game points saved. This was decisive.
This was almost a replay of what he wanted to do on that one serve you asked me about. But sliding over there, finding the opening, adding some pressure here in game number 1. Remember, it's a best of 5. This first game, a bigger piece of the pie.
10-9.
Franziska is coping brilliantly with this pressure, facing game points and fending them all off.
Time out.
Second serve, 4th game point.
10-0.
Body on the line, Xiang Peng falling to the floor in an attempt to play that shot.
This was crazy from the start. It was a short serve. He was handcuffed, almost gets it back. This is that will not lie down on the job, ironically, meaning he won't give up. He does lay out here, though. Imagine had that come down on the edge, or he stayed in the point somehow.
11-10.
Well, it's another game point for the Chinese, and he'll be relieved if he can get this one over the line. It was one-way traffic when he was 10-6 up, and Franziska has just emerged from nowhere.
He's relying a little bit more on his spin. He's playing that heavy spin game, playing secure shots to make it uncomfortable for Franz to counter.
Oh, and what a way
12-10.
to convert the game
Xiang.
point. 12 points to 10. Xiang Peng.
Love 1. Let's please ensure that your service remains nearly vertical. Love 1.
No more than 30 degrees off of straight up in any direction is all that's allowed.
Oh, brilliantly worked point from Franziska, using the entire width of the table, going one way and then the other.
Yeah, moved around wonderfully to create that angle on the first. You don't see Xiang Peng chopping too much.
3 love.
Brilliant start for the German, who'll be keen to make amends for that slow start that cost him in game 1.
It's a nice long push there. Surprise right off the bounce, deep to the backhand.
1-3.
Oh, swiped with that forehand.
Yes, stolen from inside the table. This is a compliment that Ma Long and Wang Chuqin both receive quite a lot, is that they seem to make the back edge of the table disappear. Their confidence to swing fully at a ball still inside the table.
1-4.
Franziska, with the apology there, just acknowledging that he may have had a bit of luck in taking the 4th point.
Yeah, the first shot had a piece of net on it. Put Xiang Peng into more of a reactive position as opposed to a confident counter.
Oh, it's a stretch too far for Franziska.
There's no shortage of wingspan on Franz's side. He's playing a very aggressive start to this game. Look at that side topspin to make it bend out of reach. Xiang Peng adding some curve and swerve to that ball to make it that much tougher. The big man to reach. Franz, one of the biggest guys in the game.
Is that what Xiang Peng needs to do to move him around? Because, of course, as a taller player, it's harder to maneuver yourself.
I think in general, anything he can do to keep Franz guessing a bit, to keep him behind the table, will just buy his opponent more, well, will buy Xiang Peng more time to control. Again, as good as Franz is behind the table, it gives Xiang Peng that much more time to set up, react, to stay near the table and control. They're both trying to get the other one back. It's just a question of receive, making a quality receive.
Let's 2-6.
I think that's one of the key factors anyway, of course.
2-7. 7.
This is a great response from Franziska to that opening game.
Again, the closure of the racket, you can see almost parallel to the table. He turns his backhand down looking at the floor so he can just brush the ball. Heavy spin here, and he speeds it to the length of the table, the safe shot. He's played that wonderfully well. And as soon as Xiang Peng starts catching on to this pattern, Franz is going to have to change it up, give him something new to discover. 12 of the last 16 points for Franz, and he's moving, making some serious moves after being beaten in game 1.
Oh my goodness. What a way to earn yourself game point. 8 of them, in fact. This has been as one-sided as they come, game number 2. What on earth has happened here?
Patrick Franziska came out this game quite aggressive, but he's adapted well and he hasn't seemed bothered. Just on a rare occasion here and there, a shot comes back, finds the edge, but he's sticking to the plan. He's staying aggressive. A quick shoe tie there. Xiang Peng putting in a lot of footwork.
Oh, well, lucky bounce there for Franziska, who acknowledges his fortune in wrapping up game number 1.
1-love.
Now, what is going to be key in this game number 3? Is it just a question of who can get the stronger start?
That always plays a big factor here, I think, in terms of the short game.
1-0.
That will be crucial. If you're talking about start on the scoreboard, you never know. I mean, we've seen momentum shifts drastically. So I think both of these players are mentally strong to go up 3-1 against Wang Chuqin and barely get beaten. Xiang Peng has developed quite a lot. And everybody playing still has room for improvement. The greatest of all time had room for improvement. And of course, still does, but yeah, I think there's going to be just this rise as the going gets tough. They're both going to get tougher.
2-0.
Oh, finds the net, going for the big forehand and can't pull it off.
It's a very awkward ball here. Right near the hand on the blade. He pushes it back cross court to the length. I mean, that was a risky push, but it paid off.
2-3.
Well, the winner of this match in the next round will face Sora Matsushima of Japan, who's a really interesting, exciting youngster. So whoever wins this one is in for a tough match there.
A player who beat Wang Chuqin quite recently in a continental event. Sora Matsushima, the Japanese national champion, big brother of my Japanese family. He's been in wonderful form recently, as we saw him earlier against Anders Lind. Clean sweep. Some of those points, he just looks so effortless when he plays. Clever play here from Xiang Peng. Most of the table on the forehand side is left open, and he moves to cover the elbow and still blocks it back to the backhand corner. Every sign would have said the ball was going the other way, and Xiang Peng found a way to make it different.
2-6.
Oh, and that was a really, really difficult serve for Franziska to get any kind of a read on.
This is saying, I do not like your chiquita. You cannot use your backhand against me on the receive. Long and fast to that backhand side. Good combination.
2-7.
And again, Franziska going for the big forehand and can't make it count. Xiang Peng falling 5 points clear here.
Filipino-Russian?
That's 2-7.
Franziska acknowledging his fortune there, but look, he looked buoyed by that, running around behind the table and keen to keep the energy up and the momentum going.
You mentioned it earlier, but the net has been unusually starring today. Maybe yesterday as well.
It has, today and yesterday. Nets, edges, and plenty of apologies all round.
Look at the legs here. Look at the work, the stance. Xiang Peng. Franz taking a chance there to go to the short side. He's made that shot before. Can't put it past him.
3-9.
Xiang Peng is a player who can really handle pressure, though. And that breakthrough in Xiang against established elite players was a real marker.
Yeah, in a sport that's so mental, you're constantly solving puzzles, trying to figure out the riddle. Oh, speaking of riddles, fast and down the line, an ace. It was touched, but just barely on the chase. This is gutsy. In the modern game, we rarely see this. When you could serve under your arm 2000 and before, yeah, Waldner would do this all the time. In the modern game, that is rare.
9-5.
That's a shot that almost got Xiang Peng knocked off his feet once again. We saw him diving to the ground earlier to try and stay in a rally. Franziska's got a few tricks up his sleeve.
The ground is not made for sliding. It is a very good surface to make sure players don't slip. So if you're willing to go down to the ground, that's some guts.
Oh, and cuts right there from Xiang Peng. A real onslaught as he brings up 5 game points.
You could feel the difference in the start of this rally when Xiang Peng was playing backhands. Patrick Franziska, that was just a drizzle to the thunderstorm and the rain that would come off of that forehand to set up these 5 game points.
And does it with the backhand. 11 points to 5. Get ready for game number 4 to get underway.
Love 1.
Will it be the final game, or will Franziska?
Fault called here for lack of verticality. He was warned on it before.
Please play. Love 1.
That is one of the biggest protests, and it was still fairly quiet. He just was like, really?
Love.
Franziska gets that point finished off quickly and is looking to establish himself in this one, because it is a must-win. If he is to stay in this, he needs to take us to a decider here. Well, we've heard it before, haven't we? The sorry. And there it is again.
The net almost disappears from this angle, but you can see the effect it has on the ball. Right behind it drops. A little bit of fortune after the fault called.
1-3.
Which is all fair and square. But I will say, no player wants to be thinking, do I have to worry about getting called on this serve? That doesn't make it a wrong call. It just means there's a little bit more pressure on Xiang Peng now.
2-3.
But he handles well with the reverse pendulum serve here. A serve that you see from much taller players like Patrick Franziska usually. Very fluid and free, those 2 backhands. But the forehand, Xiang Peng saying, let's see that more costly stroke, the one that takes a little bit more time.
4-2.
Remember, this is a fight for survival right now. Patrick Franziska can only win this match in a deciding 5th. And after the way last game went, he's going to look to get a little bit of morale boost here. Xiang Peng recognizing there might have been other options. Might have been more fruitful for him.
4-3.
Well, it is just a 1-point game at the minute. Xiang Peng keeping himself firmly in touch. It's so hard to return a shot like that when it's coming that quickly right into your body.
Yeah, Xiang Peng does a wonderful job of handling that shallow topspin, adding his own, really leans forward, gets on the balls of his feet, snaps the wrist just to get that brush, make it an aggressive counter.
4-5.
And that was an aggressive counter as well from Franziska, who looks really fired up. And he needs to be fired up because, as you said, he's fighting for his life now. He wants to send us to a decider.
Yeah, unlike the point before, the receive, just making sure that there was no comfortable counter.
Come on!
This is not as easy as it looks. He has a lot of time. We've seen the world #1 when Fan Zhendong miss a shot that was even easier in quotes than this because it came to the other side. Right near the net, waits very patiently to see where Xiang Peng is and says, let me just put this completely out of reach. No need to panic.
7-4.
Momentum shifting firmly in favor of the German as he increases his lead to 3. Bit of deception there with the forehand, sending it past Xiang Peng on the wide forehand side.
5-7.
It's a fine balance between a sense of urgency, just being aware and quick to react, and too much to being a little bit flustered or rushed. Such a fine line, and it's constantly moving, the change of both of these players and their confidence in the moment.
5-8.
Good brushing backhand here from Franz as he covers the middle, slows down the game. Get ready for it. There it is, a reach, a very awkward ball. A little bit more shallow, so Xiang Peng catches it on its way down.
8-6.
Ooh, can't quite make the return count.
It's a wonderful serve to shorten it up after the timeout we saw earlier in this match from Xiang Peng. He came out with a short serve, and then the next time he got the serve back, he served long to win the game. Just something to change it up, keep the receiver guessing.
Oh, listen to the reaction from Xiang Peng. Throws his head back and screams into the sky as he reduces the gap to a single point.
A roar after an important score line here, a point taken. On the toes, he jumps on that, and a softer block. You could see the bounce was shallow, and now a timeout on Franz's side to make sure that this comeback doesn't continue.
And into the net. The crowd certainly want a deciding game here. Franziska wants it. He's closing in on it.
Right out of his timeout, heavy underspin to the middle of the table. Tough to get planted for a good opening backhand there.
Flat. 7-9.
Both players quickly drying their hands on the table between towel breaks here. These crucial moments, want to make sure everything is fair and square, good grip.
Well, there was a bit of luck involved for Xiang Peng.
It's probably the most we've heard out of Franz in terms of a reaction, as if to say, why now of all times? What movement there, Xiang Peng putting in the effort. They say fortune favors the brave. Well, that was some brave moving there.
And it's game points. Franziska to take us to a decider. He's got 2 opportunities to do so.
I don't think I'm alone as a table tennis fanatic who dreams of being able to play a shot like this once in my life intentionally. And Franz has done it consistently throughout this match, and it sets up 2 game points to send this to a 5th and deciding game.
Left. 10-8.
Withstanding the onslaught, but he could only withstand it for so long. The way their previous 2 encounters have gone, but it is Franziska who has got the superior record in deciding games.
Despite the start of this, that's a pretty significant difference. 2/3 successful, 67 to 44%, 23% better is notable in deciders. So the irony was how this game would start. But that's just the start. A long way to go still in this deciding 5th.
1-all.
The little that I heard, the last line or 2 from Sun Shun, was essentially, spin the ball. You're good. You have every reason to be confident when we play the spin game. Use that spin. You're strong in the rally. Even if you have to slow it down, it's a safer shot.
1-2.
It's Franziska who is the more buoyed player at the minute. He's the one who looks like he's got the more confidence. And certainly suspect he's got this crowd behind him as well. Is this where the experience of Franziska really comes to the fore?
I think that's where the statistics lie, and I think if it is going to happen, that is why. Experience is going to be huge. There are plenty of young, incredibly strong players from Team China that are still developing to the international game.
3-2.
That was a brilliantly taken forehand from Xiang Peng at full stretch there.
We don't have to think too long ago to see Fan Zhendong playing in the German league, getting beaten in his first 2 matches. It takes adjusting when you're outside of the, say, national training camp and inside the national team. That said, Xiang Peng is there. His world ranking, he's number 9 in the world. He spent some time and he's still got a ways to go, but he's mentally strong. Physically, I don't think we need to ask any questions.
Oh, it's a brilliant serve from Xiang Peng, and it's a 1-point game now. And that's been an area where he's been really strong and consistent throughout this match. He served himself out of trouble there. And once again, Franziska just cannot deal with it. On receive, he goes long, and Xiang Peng with 2 brilliant serves draws level.
Players are ready. Thank you. 4-all.
The atmosphere is becoming more febrile inside the Infinity Arena.
5-4.
Franziska looks towards the crowd and raises a fist in celebration. Such a noisy, rambunctious place to play, the Infinity Arena in Montpellier. Well, a ball run unreceived for Franziska. Peng doesn't look too comfortable. Almost hesitant. The crowd chanting the name of the German. Oh, that was audacious from Franziska. He spotted the space, he took his opportunity. And that is the element of surprise that Xiang Peng just did not see coming. Wow.
7-5.
Well, that was a bit of a get your own back for Xiang Peng. Beforehand, down the diagonal that saw Franziska end up pretty much on his backside. Into the net, Xiang Peng once again closing that gap. Franziska looked as though he may have been starting to open up daylight between the pair of them, but Xiang Peng, the world number 9, has got other ideas. Great run on serve for Franziska. Much to the delight of the European crowd. run. Struck that with such confidence, Franziska. He's closing in on the end of this match. He's a couple of points away now from a place in the round of 16. Xiang Peng is a player we know who can cope with pressure, but the pressure is really on now.
10-6.
It's match points for the German. This has been a match, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster. It's been topsy-turvy. The momentum has shifted between these two. Oh, Franziska goes wide, and he must wait a little bit longer if he's to join his teammate Dang Cho of Germany in the round of 16. 3 match points remain.
And
he clips the top of the net. Yet more drama in this match that has been absolutely full of intrigue. A big celebration